Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 54, and in this episode we have another Silver Rupee puzzle to complete. We're going to be getting most of the way through the Shadow Temple in this episode, so that hopefully in the next episode we can already take on the boss. This temple is not very long at all, and like I said, it's one of the most linear temples ever. So anyway, I at first here put the Lens of Truth on to be aware of the invisible spikes that are around the floor, and I also played the Sun Song in order to freeze the Re-Dead that was hanging out over there, and that just makes things so much easier. With the hover boots on, you can walk off the ledge to grab another Silver Rupee, one in the center of the room, and then kill the Re-Dead in the opposite corner to make a small chest appear in the center of the room. And Re-Deads also always drop magic jars when they die, so that part is good because I needed some magic. After getting the last Silver Rupee via the hookshot target, the door is unlocked, and in the small chest in the center of the room, 5 rupees. So that part really didn't do us much good, but that's okay. Now we can go through the door that was just unlocked, and it will lock behind us. So this is an interesting room with giant looking step-shaped areas along the sides of the room, and then a giant skull-looking urn thing in the center, as well as a blade, a moving blade down at the bottom in the center, and then a couple of keys just kind of hanging out on the wall across the room. There's also a golden skulltula down behind the skull urn. The first thing you want to do is take out the keys, and you can do that with your bow from afar. You can also take out the golden skulltula from up here if you want, or you can just jump down there and slash it. It doesn't matter which, but you can avoid having to go down there at all by killing it with the hookshot or bow, and then grabbing the token with the hookshot as well. So you want to grab a bomb flower and throw it right into the blue flaming area, all the while killing the keys that are flying at you. They will fly into the blue flames along the wall if you do let them live long enough, and they will become fire keys. So keep that in mind. You will need to kill all of them in order to open the door, so it's best to just kill them as fast as possible. And that one did not want to die from my sword, so whatever. Okay, now that we've killed all the keys and picked up the small key that came out of the urn after we inserted the bomb flower, we are free to leave the room. And now we can enter the locked door that's on the next platform up here by hookshotting to the invisible target on the ceiling. So make sure you have the Lens of Truth activated in order to see that. In the next room, we are going to experience something that we haven't seen so far, and that is these wind-blowing fan thingies that will push you backwards and really, see, it doesn't let you go forward while it is blowing. So you want to wait and try to time things correctly, but when you turn the corner, there's another fan. So what are you going to do? The best idea that I can think of is to use the iron boots. While you're wearing the iron boots, the fan can't blow you anywhere. So that part is good. While you're wearing the hover boots, if you use your momentum correctly, you can use these fans to go a really far distance. But aside from that, rather than trying to jump over this, I just like hookshotting to the rafters. And for some reason, Link does not want to jump down. There we go. That took way longer than it needed to. Now in this room, you're going to want to have the iron boots equipped the entire time, and keep an eye out for the eye switch above the door at the opposite end of the room, because it will shoot fire at you. It's not a real switch, it's actually an enemy, and the only way to kill it is to shoot it with an arrow when its eye is open. I believe there's 2 of them in this room, actually. Or maybe not. Thought there was 2. But anyway, yeah, that's the way to kill it. It's kind of difficult to kill and also kind of pointless because it's just not worth the time. Anyway, in the next room here, at the opposite side, the door will lock behind you. And as you can see, there's a Re-Dead in here, so you're going to want to play the Sun Song. And that will freeze both of the re-deads and also make a chest appear in the center of the room. So basically just killing two birds with one stone there. Alright, so we're going to make sure that we have the Kokiri boots on here. And we can take aim at these re-deads and get rid of them first. And oh, it was not a chest that appears in the center of the room. It was the pink fairy from the Sun Song. That's what it was. I was about to say, I don't see any treasure chests. After we kill both of the re-deads, the door will open. And there's also... I believe there's a chest in here. Here I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. That's what they're saying. Okay, so we're going to be using the hidden feet, which is the hover boots, to get across some area soon. There is a hidden treasure chest in here that you can see with the lens of truth, and that's going to give us a bundle of arrows. I don't recall if I needed them or not, but I suppose that doesn't matter. It would behoove you to try to get rid of the eye switch here, because when you're trying to time things correctly with the iron boots and the hover boots in this room, things can get kind of iffy. But then again, it is pretty time consuming to try to kill this thing, or unless that happens, I just happen to hit it at exactly the right time. Alright, and as we look off to the right here, well, if you're facing the door that we originally came out of, it'll be on your right. It is a fake wall. Use the hover boots, and when the wind starts blowing, it will blow you over there, and you will be able to cross the path easily. When you enter the next room, the door will lock behind you, which seems to be a pattern in this dungeon. But anywho, we're going to play the Sun Song to freeze the Gibdos, because that will just make our lives so much easier, because what they like to do is scream at you and freeze you while you're getting hit by the spinning blades, so that part's not so much fun. So, if you do a spin attack with the Bigoron sword, you will have a long enough range to be able to kill both the Gibdos in one shot simultaneously, which is pretty cool. And then the only other thing that you really have to watch out for in this room, other than the blades, are the evil pots, but they already hit me, so I think I'm good there. Alright, over in the corner over there, there is a bombable area, and when you blow that up, there is a hidden treasure chest underneath, and that's going to give us a small key, so make sure you do not leave this room without the small key. And in fact, you can't move on without it, so it doesn't matter. Alright, once we unlock the door and get into the next room, there's this giant boat-like thing on the right, but we're going to want to go to the left first. And it's actually not the way that we need to go, but I want to show you something, because it's actually pretty useful. Okay, so once you move the block away from the wall, you can see that there is a grating there that you will be able to climb up. So we're going to do that in a second. There is a golden skulltula up there somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly we can reach it from, but yes, we will be getting that. Other than that, the ladder is suspended in mid-air here, so what we need to do is push this block that we just pulled out from the opposite side, and push it all the way across and push it into place so that we can now climb up and get onto the ladder and eventually get onto the boat itself. But that's not what we're doing right now. As you can see, there's nothing to do here, so yeah, it doesn't hurt to have the Lens of Truth on, especially in this temple. Specifically, having the Lens of Truth on almost at all times is never a bad idea, because you never know what is real and what is fake and what you may find with all these invisible things. When you climb up the grating, see, remember I said that shortcut in the last episode? Yes, that's what I was talking about. That leads you pretty much back to the beginning of the temple, so you don't have to do all that stuff that we did this episode and the last episode all over again, should you have to leave for any reason. Or if you just turn the game off while you're in the temple. I try not to do that. I try to plan it so that I can do a temple in one sitting. That way I don't have to worry about starting back at the beginning, because sometimes that can really throw a monkey wrench into everything. But anywho, let's climb up the ladder and get ourselves on the boat here. The golden Skulltula, as you can see, is off to the left. It's behind the grating, but it's on the top side. So, how are we going to get that? Because our long shot can't reach quite that far. That's kind of a crazy distance. So, let's see. First, we're going to pull out our Ocarina, and we're going to call our friend Pierre to the scene, because Pierre loves to help us. He also loves a good tune, so when we play him his favorite tune, he will appear on the ledge that we need to get to, and we can long shot up there. Right to the golden Skulltula. And I would love to kill it with the sword, but apparently that's not going to happen. No! That sword is definitely big enough. There we go. Had to go for the jump slash. It's alright, they made me work for that one. And luckily there is also a recovery heart there, so that works out. Now I have full health. You may need it for the upcoming battle that we have. Anywho, you're going to want to jump on the Shadow Fairy, or I don't remember what the actual name of this is, but I feel like Shadow Fairy is a good name to call this boat. Anyway, stand on the Triforce symbol and play the Zelda's Lullaby tune, and the bells on the ferry will start chiming, and the boat will pretty much just come to life and have a mind of its own and start floating down the corridor. So we need to ride it to the other end, but of course, very expectedly so, we're going to have to fight along the way, and in this case, it's going to be a Stalfos. There's going to be two sets of Stalfos. The first one is just one by himself. You can push these Stalfos off the edge if you need to, or if you're running out of time, because you will need to defeat them. And then, after you defeat the first one, a second one will come down. And that's pretty much it. And you have a lot of time to defeat them. If you have the Bigoron sword, you'll be done way before the Shadow Fairy reaches the end of the corridor. Make sure to check on your minimap. You can pretty much see the progress that you're making and how far you are along. You're going to want to jump along, not jump along, but jump off the edge on the left, and Navi will eventually tell you to abandon ship because it's sinking into the abyss pretty much. But we got off in plenty of time. Okay, so we're just about at the boss fight, actually. We don't have a lot left to do. First thing you want to do while you are here is to shoot an arrow across the way at the bomb flowers surrounding this bird statue, and it will cause it to fall over and make a bridge to the other side. But we don't want to go over there yet because, well, we don't have the boss key, and we need to make sure that we have that. Or at least one key. I don't know if we get the boss key over here, if it's a small key, but we need more keys. We're not ready to move on yet. So, we're going to head on over to this room, and there's invisible walls everywhere. There's also floor masters everywhere, so this can be kind of confusing. There's 4 different doors to take in this room. Of course, the one that we just entered through doesn't count, so I guess there's 3 separate rooms that we need to enter, and you can just go around the room however you see fit. In this room, you will die if you don't get rid of the spikes on the wooden panels closing in on you, but it's very easy. All you have to do is bring out Din's fire, and that will also set the Re-Dead in the corner on fire. You can kill him, get some magic, and open the small chest for a blue rupee. On the other side, there is yet another Re-Dead. You can jump slash that to get rid of him, get some magic. And it was just as I thought. The big key is in this room. And there we have it. We don't have to fight anybody to get it. It is all ours. So we are ready to take on the boss of the Shadow Temple pretty much right away. And we definitely will be doing that in the next episode. We're running a little bit short on time for this episode, but we're definitely going to get to it in the next episode. This temple went by very quickly. It was like, what, 3 videos? Something like that. Kind of crazy. Alright, in this room, there are 3 of these skull urns spinning around in a circle this time instead of just one stationary one like last time. It's pretty much the same concept here. We have a bunch of bomb flowers, and by a bunch of bomb flowers, I mean 2 bomb flowers that are just at the top of the room, And you can throw each of the bomb flowers into one of the skull urns, and they will explode and give you random goodies, like rupees, arrows, bombs, stuff like that. It is a little bit more difficult because you have to be able to time it correctly, all the while not having the bomb flower blow up on you because it does only have a limited fuse. And you also have to get the right trajectory, which is a lot harder when these things are moving. And apparently I'm not very good at it because I'm like 1 for 5. Make that 2 for 6. Alright, one more to go. And yeah, that was really bad timing. Okay, I need to wait for it to come around a little bit more before I pick up the bomb flower. I suppose you could also use your own bombs, but if they supply you with bomb flowers, there's no reason to waste your own bombs. There we go. Destroyed the last one, and a crazy rain of rupees falls out onto the floor. And I'm not really going to worry about it, because I don't need rupees for anything. I'm going to kill this golden Skulltula the cool way. And this one's a little bit farther up on the wall. I don't understand why they did that, but I suppose that doesn't matter. Kill the golden Skulltula in whichever way you see fit and grab the token. That's all we have to do in this room. So this room, again, is completely optional. There's nothing in here that we actually need to get. We have one more room that we have to visit in this area, and then we're going to head out to fight the boss of the Shadow Temple. But all of that is going to be in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and please stay tuned for episode number 55. Game on.